Hi friends, thanks for joining me. It's Morag here with another video for you using the November kits, and I'm thrilled to say I get to play with these kits for this week's sketch challenge, and the sketch was actually designed by myself too, so it's a double win for me. And I'll be using the colour kit as well as these gorgeous dies from the shop. So confession time straight from the off. I had videoed the, I thought I'd videoed the stenciling element on my background. Unfortunately, it didn't work. So I've kind of missed that bit out. But equally, it was just using the stencil from the colour kit this month. And in the stencil set, you'll see there are actually 3 stencils. The Nouveau paste, which is what I've used on the background, as well as shimmers that you'll get in this month's colour kit. So it's absolutely jam-packed this month. And the sketch featured a couple of triangle shapes. I've used this kind of design before, and I really like it because it really gives it a dynamic feel. So I think the triangles kind of give it that edgy feel. And so if you've only got a little bit of paper left, this would be a great use of that paper. And I am actually using some leftover bits and pieces. So that stripe one was left over from my last layout. So in fact, it is going in the opposite way to the sketch, but it more or less works exactly the same. So I'm picking out some bits and pieces from the main kit, from the die cut pack. Now, I know I say this every single time I use the die cuts, but they're jam-packed full of elements and pretty little goodies, and honestly, such great value for money. I just think they're the absolute best. Kim and Kimberly go to so much effort to create absolutely unique pieces in every element of their kits. I don't know how they do it, because they must be designing hundreds and hundreds of elements every month for us. So I'm thrilled to say about that. I'm very, very happy with those. And in the end, I decided to use one photo rather than the 2 I started off with. And instead, I'm going to use this Festive Fun frame. And I think those are from the embellishment kit. Oh, no, they're from the main kit as well. I need better glasses, I think. But they're so fun, and I really love frames because they're a great way to layer elements and stickers and so on. It really helps to ground them to your page. So I'm just deciding whether to go to the left or to the right. I think in the end I do decide to go back to plan A and put that on the right. I'm just looking through the stickers we've got from the embellishment kit this month, and also the Pocket Life kit. So cute. I think Hit Kit really excels at the festive period. It's always my favourite kit, and I know that's why it always runs, they always sell out so quickly. So rather than me faffing around anymore, I've stuck down those 2 sections of paper, and it's just really a case now of embellishing, because that's more or less the design, I guess. Although you'll see at the very end, I have changed things around a fair bit with embellishments. I'm such a procrastinator. I'm the world's slowest scrapbooker, I'm sure. I hope some of you can sympathise with that. I hope it's not just me. So one thing I really like to do is layer up those die cuts and stickers. I just think more is more, and the more the merrier. Definitely, because we get so much in those die cuts and stickers. It's a shame not to use those. So I wanted to put some colour onto the background, and I ended up using Bahama Mama, which I think we got last month in the colour kit. We got it recently anyway, because I wanted kind of a pinky colour, and it's really great. I don't know if you've had the colour kit before or shimmers But one thing I find is they're really, really easy to use. I find it's the easiest medium to use for sure for me. And it's a case of just diluting it down with some water, depending on which sort of shimmers you have. And I tend to use a bit of packaging, like you can see here, to lay down some colour. Or I like to use my big fat paintbrush, which is kind of a round-ended paintbrush, just to control where that colour is going. So one thing I would like to do when I'm adding my colour is to have it kind of faded around the edges. So to achieve that, you just need to add a lot more water, or a lot more, I say, some more water, dab off the excess onto a paper towel, and then you'll have control over the depth of the colour. You can always go back and add more colour, but it's very, very hard to take that colour away. So if you're not sure, then I would definitely dilute the shimmers down and build up the colour. Absolutely love the stars so much. So I was really pleased when I saw those in the embellishment kit this month. I'm going to definitely use some of those to come down the page. And I think in my mind I was going to have bigger stars nearer the top and then a few smaller stars coming down the page as if it's snowing or cascading. But you'll see later on, actually I decided to put some sewing on as well, so that was all very last minute because I felt like I needed more texture. But it's not dissimilar to the way that I end up anyway. Now, I'm going to mention my photo because for those in the UK, you'll probably definitely know Sarah Davis, who's on Dragon's Den in the UK here in the on TV. And she is also the founder and owner of Crafter's Companion, which I'm sure you must get in the USA as well. And I know she does a lot of the shopping networks. But I recently got to meet her and grab a selfie with her, which I was absolutely thrilled about. So I've turned into her biggest fan now. So she was so lovely. Honestly, when you meet somebody who, you know, just exceeds your expectations, she can definitely tick those boxes because she was genuinely so lovely to all the people in the audience. And I know she's done a tour over the last few weeks. So I'm sure she's been the same with everybody. So what a genuinely lovely person to take time and do a selfie with everyone. But of course I had to do my fox filter from my Snapchat, which makes you look about 20. I love it. So it takes years off you. So neither of us look like this in real life. In fact, it doesn't look like us at all, but it was such a great memory for me anyway. And a real thrill to meet her. So I have die cut the leaves that you can see there. They were in the shop this month, although I think they may have sold out. Perhaps you can email HipKit and they may reorder some because they are the best dies. And definitely something you want to keep in your stash. So maybe if they get enough requests, they will reorder those dies, and definitely worth the investment, I think, for a customer. So if you get a chance and the dies come back in, grab them because they are brilliant. So I decided to map my photo onto some of the Pocket Life cards, and I really like the We Gathered card in there, and then I've layered that with a sticker from the Pocket Life kit. So we gathered together because, as I say, I met Sarah at one of her craft shows, which was a lot of fun actually. A bit cheesy, but a lot of fun. So it got me in the festive mood. So I'm just going to layer those together. And I've just put some on a little foam tape just so it offsets it from that frame there. And then I'm just going to tuck in those leaves between the layers. I love to have things tucked in and layered up. And those leaves are so delicate, so they're very, very good for just manipulating and give them a little bit of dimension. Now, I'm not sure what goes on with my camera here, because my camera starts off over my photo and then I just seem to be all off centre again. So my apologies for that. But hopefully you don't miss too much. So as I've covered up most of the shimmers, as is my way, I'm just going back as I did before and just adding a bit more colour. And again, just you can build up that colour, but by using your paintbrush you will definitely get more control. So I let me just find out the name of this. Put it away. There we go. Glacier paste, that's the word. So this is what came in the colour kit this month, and I've used it on the background with the stencil, as you can see there, to create those stars. But I've also gone back with my finger over the leaves and so on, just to add a bit of glisten and glimmer, like a bit of snow, to those die cuts. So it's a really versatile product. So in the colour kit, as I say, you've got 3 stencils, a pot of the Glacier paste, Nouveau drops and 2 shimmers and an ink pad. So actually a bumper pack for the colour kit this month. In fact, she's called it Colour Extravaganza, and I can see why. So much to choose from. Love those puffy stickers. I'll just pop an extra one in just because I can. And that, I know, you know, that all kind of more or less, you know, sums it up. I mean, I think I was going to put the title on. I'm just deciding what sort of title I wanted. I had my eye on these alpha stickers from the main kit, which are kind of a muted silver colour. And I really love the font. The font's so pretty, very Christmassy, I think. And I've gone for the word sparkle because that definitely was an evening of sparkle. And I'm going to have it kind of up and down, a little bit free in the middle there. But I decided that I needed something extra. So as you can see there, I've stitched some stars. And all I've done is taken a star template and just poked holes and backstitched through those. And I think it just added that bit of something that it needed just to finish things off. So if you would like to join in this week's sketch challenge, you get a chance to win $25 to spend in the shop. And I can highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun, it gets you scrapping, and it's a good chance to win as well. So thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you on the next video. Take care now. Bye bye.